All right, we are in the middle of the holidays, but that does not mean you need to stop thinking about buying or selling a home. In today's Realty Rant, Vince Arcuri from Cooperative Real Estate is talking about investing in real estate for beginners. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Great to be here. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays.
Right?
It's an exciting time. The set looks beautiful. The Christmas tree up front, all the gifts, awesome job out there everybody did.
Thank you.
So it's great over here.
You know what also looks beautiful is the real estate market here in Tampa. Are we expecting to see that kind of stay the same? And we've talked a little bit about this before.
I believe it is going to stay the same. You know, they say real estate never sleeps, so it's the holidays, and here we are. And you know, this real estate's not going to sell itself, so we're real estate people are working around the clock. But
well, and talk about that angle. You know, we're talking about investing in real estate, and maybe someone hasn't done this yet, or maybe they're looking to get their second home, wondering what to do about their first home. What say you, Vince? What do you think people should consider? When
you're looking at the magnitude of how many people actually invest in Tampa, I think over 35% of our buyers last year were not from Florida. So it's a hot place to live. I mean, not just the sun, but I mean, because we don't get the snow, we don't get the crazy snowstorms, people always seem to migrate here. And I think that the beach properties that we have, a lot of us go back and forth to the beach. That's usually a starting point. A lot of people, because of the amount of time that unit could be rented, it really offsets any payment that you would have. So I noticed a lot of people in Tampa, they have beach condos as a beginning. But one easy way to begin is just not to sell the house that you're living in. If you have a newer home, let's say you bought a home in a new construction community, your roof's relatively new, your air conditioning's relatively new. Most of the time, you're able to rent that property for a lot more than what your mortgage payment is. So that's a built-in investment. And with some of the bond money that's available, it's written, FHA loans are still 3.5% down. It really doesn't take a lot of money to buy your next home.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because people go, well, wait a minute, I need that money from the first home to buy my second home. But there are some ways that maybe you can.
Well, absolutely. You have FHA loans, which are 3.5%. If you have a good real estate agent like myself who will negotiate the buyer, I mean the seller, to pay your closing costs, you can really minimize the investment. You can get things like if there's something wrong with the house, you can get that negotiated up front, where the seller will take care of that prior to. But owning the home that you already own, I look back at my life at 53 years old, and I say probably the biggest mistake that I ever made with the ups and downs of real estate that we've seen over the last decade alone. Probably if I would have kept every house that I've ever owned, and I've done the math, and it's a 7-figure number. So I think holding on to real estate long term, it's still one of the best investments you're ever going to make.
Well, and what if someone's a little nervous about being a landlord, or what? I mean, there's got to be help out there. What say you?
Well, we have Cooperative Real Estate. We have Eric Green, who's one of the biggest property management companies in the city of Tampa, long term. He's been here over 25 years doing this, and we have property management. You can hire a real estate agent to manage that property for you, helps you find the tenant, and alleviates a little bit of the fear that you have on it.
And the demand for rent is high, right? I don't think people have to be worried about that their house is going to be sitting vacant for very long.
It's amazing that I look back just a couple of years ago and you saw all those for sale signs, and there's such a shortage of rental and purchase inventory. It is a fantastic time to buy. It's a fantastic time to sell. Hey, these rates aren't going to stay low forever. I mean, jump on the bandwagon now.
Well, we're out of time, but what would you say? What's your take home for somebody who is maybe considering, all right, I'm ready to get into that second home? What's the best way to figure out what's going to be best for them?
Well, I mean, just one statistic is that most millionaires in this country have done it from real estate speculation. Not stocks. Most millionaires are wealthy from real estate portfolios. So if you'd like to start or add to your investment portfolio, you can give me a call at 813.
I was going to say, Vince is eager, to help you out and answer those questions. That's what I love about you. You're very concerned. You want people to be educated. You want them to know what their possibilities are.
Right.
And all right, what a way to start off the new year.
That's it.
Vince, thank you so much for being here. We look forward to seeing you next week as well.
See you next week.
And there is the info, his number and website, where you can watch all the Realty Rant segments from past episodes as well.